what is happening out there in the world of smaller businesses, the kind of businesses that you've operated because of these tariffs?
Well, it's a mess. Thanks for having me, Lawrence. The problem is, Donald Trump doesn't really have a tariff policy or an industrial policy. He has edicts, like he's the king of Trumpistan, but he doesn't do what a president should do, work with Congress, and you can have tariffs, and you can use them wisely, but Donald Trump doesn't do that. He just throws them out indiscriminately. There's no rhyme or reason to the numbers, who gets them, and at the end of the day, a small business, like I recently was in Evansville, Wisconsin, in my district, talking to small business people who were affected. They're getting invoices and it has a tariff fee added of 15% or whatever it is from whatever country. People with a bike store are having a hard time getting kids bikes that aren't going to have tariffs in time for the holidays. It's got a real impact on those local mom and pop businesses in remote places of Wisconsin, and Donald Trump doesn't care because Donald Trump, he's just creating edicts like he's some kind of king.
Are you encountering basically what the Politico poll is finding is very large hunks of Trump voters opposing the tariffs, realizing that they will increase prices, and also objecting to their complete unpredictability being imposed by one person? Are there Trump voting business operators out there who you've been encountering in Wisconsin who now are experiencing exactly what the Politico report, poll is showing?
I have to admit, I had a meeting in my office I enjoyed too much, Lawrence, where a bunch of Republican Trump voting business people were in complaining about the tariffs. And I said, yeah, elections have consequences, don't they? And, they didn't really say much, but they're they're definitely impacted. And those costs get passed on to consumers. So this is just another tax from Donald Trump. So he didn't address the cost of living like he promised when he got elected. And now he's taking us the complete wrong direction by now giving us new taxes through these tariffs. And the problem is, because they're so indiscriminate and there's not really a policy to them, you never know when you're going to pay more for things. I think right now I saw tomatoes are about to take an increase with the tariffs coming from Mexico. And I saw a restaurant owner saying they may not be in business in 45 days if they're still existing. So this chaotic policy is not about industrial policy. It's not about making things in America, which we all would love to do. This is just about edicts by a guy who thinks he's a king. And at the end of the day, all of us as the subjects are going to pay the price.
I made the point earlier in the hour that if the Democrats just win the House seats, that they lost by 1% in the last election, that will be enough to flip the House to Democratic control. Donald Trump seems to be doing so far everything he can, as he did in his first term as president, to help you Democrats win back the House of Representatives.
Yeah, I feel like I owe him a thank you. I'll give him a public one now. The problem is, what he's doing in order to help us get the majority is going to cost a lot of people, whether it be the fact that he's not addressing the cost of living, whether he's adding these tariffs as taxes on us, the fact that 17 million people will lose health care, millions of people will lose food assistance, millions of people will lose education funding, and then the ripple effects of adding, trillions of dollars to the debt while he gets a tax cut and Elon Musk gets a tax cut, and the lower 30% of people actually pay more for the big ugly bill they passed. I mean, there's a lot of bad things that are happening that will help us next November, but unfortunately, they're really going to hurt the American people along the way.
Yeah, we've never seen this kind of direct pain inflicted on voters willfully by an administration like this with a midterm election approaching.
Yeah, well, Donald Trump cares about one thing, Donald Trump. And as long as he's getting a tax cut, as long as he's getting something out of this, some connection with a ruler of another country, and he can put a hotel up or something, that's what he cares about. The problem is, for all the people in my district that have been calling our office at record numbers this year, health insurance matters. And, for people on the Affordable Care Act losing the subsidy, I was told a couple making who are 60 years old, making $85,000 a year, could see their premiums go up as much as $16,000 next year. You may not be able to afford health insurance anymore. And then there's the ripple effects. Those rural hospitals and nursing homes are going to be affected. There's just so much that's going to happen. And they even made sure that some of them didn't take place till after the next election. But the ACA cuts, people are going to feel right away.
Congressman Mark Pocan, thank you very much for joining us tonight.
Sure. Thank you.